You are listening to the voice of self-discovery. Learn to discover a better you every day. Good evening, people. Today I'm sharing insight on givers, takers, and matchers in human interaction and how helping others can drive our own success. According to conventional wisdom, highly successful people have three things in common: motivation, ability, and opportunity. And by this conventional wisdom, it is asserted that if we want to succeed, we need a combination of hard work, talent, and luck. However, there's a fourth ingredient, one that's critical but often neglected. It is how we approach our interactions with other people. Every time we interact with someone, whatever the setting or context, we have a choice to make. Do we try to claim as much value as we can, or contribute value without worrying about what we receive in return? In human interaction, I'd like to categorize most people under two broad categories: givers and takers. Takers have a distinctive signature. They obviously like to get more than they give. They tilt reciprocity in their own favor, putting their own interests ahead of the needs of others. Takers believe that the world is a competitive dog-eat-dog place. They feel that to succeed, they need to be better than others. To prove their competence, they self-promote, sabotage others, and make sure that they get plenty of credit for their effort. The average taker isn't necessarily cruel. They are just cautious and self-protective because they have a firm belief if they don't look out for themselves, no one will. If you've encountered several takers in your life, you are likely to develop the same perception that if you don't look out for yourself, no one will, thereby making you a taker unknowingly. Now to givers. Givers are a relatively rare breed. They tilt reciprocity in the other direction, preferring to give more than they get. Whereas takers tend to be self-focused, evaluating what other people can offer them before they engage, givers are focused on other people and their needs, paying more attention to what other people need from them. These preferences aren't about money. Givers and takers aren't distinguished by how much they donate to a charity or the compensation that they command from their employers. Rather, givers and takers differ in their attitudes and actions towards other people. If you are a taker, you help others strategically when the benefits to you outweigh the personal costs. And if you are a giver, you might use a different cost-benefit analysis. You help whenever the benefits to others exceeds the personal cost on you. And in extreme instances, givers might not think about the personal cost at all, helping others without expecting anything in return. If you're a giver at work, you simply strive to be generous in sharing some of your time, energy, knowledge, skills, ideas, and connections with other people who can benefit from them. If you have read about the lives of people like Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, and even a typical mother in an African context, it is hard to not give these people a label of a giver within the context they function. Givers focus on acting in the interests of others, such as giving help, providing mentoring, sharing credit, or sharing their connections and contacts with other people. Outside the workplace, this human interaction style is quite common. However, in professional settings, few of us act purely like givers or takers. Instead, we adopt a third style, which I call matchers, where people strive to preserve an equal balance of giving and getting. Matchers operate on the principle of fairness. When they help others, they protect themselves by seeking reciprocity. If you're a matcher, you believe in tit for tat, and your relationships are governed by even exchanges of favors. Giving, taking, and matching, I'll say, are the three fundamental styles of social interaction. But the lines between these three aren't hard and fast. You may find yourself shifting from one reciprocity or interaction style to another as you travel across different life settings, from work roles to personal or family relationships. In fact, it wouldn't be surprising if you act like a taker when negotiating your salary, a giver when mentoring someone with less experience, and a matcher when sharing expertise with a colleague. But research evidence shows that at work, vast majority of people develop a primary interaction and reciprocity style, which captures how they approach and interact with people most of the time. And this primary style can play as much of a role in our success as hard work, talent, and luck. In fact, the patterns of success based on interaction and reciprocity styles have been made remarkably clear by research. The worst performers and the best performers in most work settings happen to be givers. Takers and matchers are more likely to land in the middle as average people in the long term, with takers having random remarkable achievements which often does not last long. And I'm going to be telling you why givers dominate the top of the success ladder, and again, why some givers also find themselves at the bottom of the success ladder. Pay close attention also not to miss out on the reasons behind the levels of success for takers and matchers. Let me be clear that research has proven that givers, takers, and matchers all can become successful. But majority of takers and matchers achieved average success, while givers were found to be at the extremes as the most successful and the least successful. But there's something unique about a giver's success. It spreads to a lot more people, which is the exact opposite of what happens when takers succeed. Often, when a taker succeeds, usually someone else loses as a result. Also, when a giver succeeds, you'll find that people are rooting for them and supporting them rather than gunning against them, because a giver ensures that their success has a ripple effect and enhances the lives of people around them. The more a giver supports other people to do well, the more people cheer them on and multiply their efforts. I mean, it's easier to win when everybody wants you to win. The less enemies you make out there, the easier it is for you to succeed, and this is what works for givers. But why then are some givers at the bottom of the success ladder? Because they encounter takers and matchers and don't know when to say no to these sorts of people and put themselves first. If you don't know when to say no, there will come a time when you have nothing to give, because takers will keep taking and taking till you have nothing left. In this life, takers win quickly in areas such as politics and sales. Matchers tend to be successful in negotiations, but there's no limit to what a giver can achieve in the long run in any context. Because ultimately, as the Bible says, a good name is better than riches. And if we all determine to be givers in our interactions with other people, we all will win and none will be disadvantaged. But as we are all not perfect, and in the process of becoming the best version of ourselves, it is important to live in awareness about these human interaction styles and people's sense of reciprocity, to be able to explore our own motives, that of others, and strike a balance in our everyday interactions and decision making. My name is Priscilla Apia Ejare. You can call me Priscilla App. This is Self-Discovery Revelations. Subscribe and click the notification bell to receive an alert when I upload the next episode. You matter to me. Voice of Self-Discovery. Do you like a pro?